Hello and welcome to this edition of Tech Talk. Today I'm pleased to have with me Dr. Gary Smuts, Superintendent of the ABC Unified School District, who will speak with us about his vision for technology. Dr. Smuts has a 5-year plan called the Technology Refresh Cycle that will place up-to-date technology in all schools within ABC. Well, thank you, Dr. Smuts, for taking time out of your busy day to be with us. This sounds like a huge undertaking. 5 years, $5 million. That's a large commitment. In a nutshell, can you give us an overview of this technology refresh cycle?
Certainly, happy to do that. Technology is not new to public education. It's not new to ABC. But the problem is we don't have a lot of new technology in ABC. When I was the principal at Cerritos High School, we were one of the first digital high schools in the state of California. We bought in 97, 98 state-of-the-art equipment. That school has not replaced that equipment since 97, 98. Those computers are 8, 9, 10 years old. It's remarkable that they've lasted as long as they have. Many schools are in a similar situation. It's time to refresh the technology in ABC. For example, if somebody, let's say last year, bought brand new computers, 5 years from now, that computer is going to be 6 years old. So what we want to do is systematize the refreshing of our technology so we're current and we're active and we can use all of the state-of-the-art software available to us.
That's wonderful. The $5 million, how will you determine how much money will be allocated to each site?
Right now we're using a rule of thumb of about $50 a student. That's more or less our funding, flat funding formula with what I'm calling sort of a foundation utility. The foundation utility is, for example, schools have lights, they have carpet, they have walls, they have telephones. That's a utility that the school district offers to the school and to the community. What I hope to be able to do is that same kind of utility will be technology. It'll be as reliable as a telephone and as available as lights are in every classroom. And this is the way we're going to fund that at about $50 a student at each school per year, and that should, and schools have some discretion with that money. If they don't need it this first year because they have new technology, they won't be punished. They can, for doing a good job, they won't be punished. They can carry over that money next year. What we're going to say is they'll spend all the money in a 5-year cycle. So a school that has new technology today will be in a position of having new technology 5 years from now as well.
Oh, well, you already answered my other question about what happens if they don't use the money this year. Now, I understand this is only half the picture, and this money can only be used to purchase computers. What about software, LCD projectors, staff training? Where will that money come from?
Those are all very important considerations. You can't simply have a box, the computer sitting on your desk,
Right.
and expect to do anything with that. A couple of things need to be considered. One are all those items you mentioned that we call peripherals. You need printers, you need LCD projectors, you need the kinds of things that display the computer and help the computer communicate to others. We had to make a determination, though, how do we guarantee that foundation utility? And the best way to do that is for us to purchase a state-of-the-art computer. Those other kinds of things, schools are still going to have to continue to provide that kind of equipment through their other resources, through fundraising, through the district allocation, which is not going to be lessened. Let me give you a real-world example. Because of old technology, Cerritos High School already this year, has spent $60,000 on new technology.
Wow.
Now, we'll provide the school with that foundation for the next several years. That will liberate that $60,000. We're not going to take it from them. That liberates that $60,000 so now they can spend it on those other kinds of things that connect computers to learning. Now, you mentioned staff development. Staff development is an important component. It is essential. You can't just have a box on the table without people knowing how to use it and knowing when it's effective by training. Schools do have resources for professional development. Professional development for a subject matter and professional development for technology in that subject matter, to me, are the same thing. Mm-hmm. They're not separate. We do staff development. It's one of the best things we do in our district is staff development. Good people like you actually provide staff development at a very reasonable cost to school sites. So there's a variety of ways, but that resource will not come from this fundamental technology utility that we're putting in to schools called the refresh cycle.
You know, I was planning to retire in a couple of years. Does this mean I have to hang around?
You have to hang around at
least
least
5
for
years.
one cycle.
Oh, okay. I think I can do that.
That's in your contract.
I think I can
if
do
it
that.
isn't, it will be very shortly, right after
Oh,
this
okay.
this recording.
Now, another question. I understand textbook publishers are including a technology component in all of their curricula.
Perfect example is that we had a social study. Perfect example is that we had a social studies adoption this year. What is literally true about the social studies adoption is that you cannot meet the social studies textbook resource without a technology component. You simply can't use modern curriculum without a technology component. I mean, social studies, science, math, these technology is embedded in each and every one of these curricula areas. So to access what we would normally think in the old days, my days, the textbook, you have to be technology ready. And for us to continue to be technology ready, we have to have a refresh cycle that keeps us connected to modern curriculum.
Very good. Thank you again, Dr. Smuts, for taking your time to share this information with us. We hope your vision will bring great success for all students in ABC. I hope this brief interview of the technology refresh cycle has inspired you to see how important student achievement is in ABC. We want all our students to have every opportunity to succeed, and without up-to-date technology, that cannot happen. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Until next time, this is Mary White, your cyber gal, saying happy computing.
Ladies and gentlemen,